Is that it?
What?
The assertive woman who has no major problems in her life. Is that a turn-off?
Interesting theory.
Mm.
But it has no basis in fact.
She is some powerful lady, isn't she?
She's her father's daughter. She certainly doesn't take after me.
Can you prove that?
Well, isn't it obvious?
No, I mean, can you prove that Jillian Coleridge is your daughter, too? Won't do us any good just to say so. You were gorgeous.
Were is the word.
Come on, men still fall all over you.
Yeah, the wrong ones. But he was gorgeous, wasn't he?
Looks like an ad for Distinguished. He looks nice, too. Sometimes they don't.
Oh, he was nice, all right. The first and only man who ever treated me like a lady. The funny thing is, I figured he liked me because I wasn't one.
Well, he must have liked you for more than that. I mean, he could have picked up any tart.
And he didn't have to stay around as long as he did.
He would have come back, right?
Wrong. Oh, he said so, but it's got to be in here somewhere.
You know what's really crummy? Jillian wound up with your cheekbones and his money.
Ah, here we are. Jillian Elizabeth Coleridge. 7 pounds, 9 ounces, born St. Margaret's Lying In Hospital, Sydney. Mother, Elizabeth Hillier. Me. Father, Major Edmund L. Coleridge. See? He didn't lie. It's all on record. Even mentions the grandparents on both sides. The works. Signed, sealed. Oh, and if that's not enough, here's a lock of little Jill's hair.
Great. We can probably have it analyzed like they do on TV.
That's not funny.
You never know. What?
Oh, I guess I just not used to thinking about it anymore. She was such a funny, fidgety little baby. I used to hold her to my breast, and she'd nurse a while, and then she'd stop, and she'd look around like she thought she was missing something. What did I know about babies? I thought I was doing something wrong. And then the nurse said, no, there are stress babies. They always want to fuss and do something. And then there are flow babies who just sort of go along with things. Your brother Ben was like that.
Which was I?
I don't remember. Oh, but Jill, your sister, she was all stress baby. No wonder she's such a powerhouse lady. I mean, running for Congress and everything.
You think it's better for us if she wins or loses?
I don't know. It all depends on whether she's a snob or not.
Well, she must be. I mean, look at the life she leads.
Ed wasn't, obviously. Anyhow, my little Jill is going to win.
Don't get sentimental on me, okay, Mama? Doesn't go with the rest of you. Don't tell me you have any more surprises.
Oh, yeah.
General Augusta Hospital. Hey, it's mine. This is the same grandparents on your side.
Oh, what did you expect?
I don't know. It's a handy thing to have in writing. Margaret Alice Shelby. Why couldn't you give me a classy name like Jillian?
Jillian was Ed's idea. Anyway, what would you do with it?
Why is it men in uniform always look so elegant?
Ed Coleridge looked elegant when he was Starkers.
Mama!
I used to kid him about it. Tell him so. You know, I just heard that she's going to marry a guy whose family owns a bar. That's a good sign.
He's also a former U.S. Senator. Probably into the high life, too.
Oh, Jillian's stepmother is very la-di-da. She went to all the best schools.
Maybe she'd pay us to stay out of her life.
That's not funny.
Just being practical, Mama. Think of what we could do with just a decent start. Get a real apartment somewhere. I could finish business school, maybe, and wind up married to somebody decent. You could get a job that didn't make your feet swell. And occasionally we could go visit my sister, the congresswoman. I could feature that, can't you? Us hanging out in a place like that.
I don't know. Why would Jillian Coleridge part with any of her money? Rich people never do. That's why they have so much of it. Because money's all they care about.
So does that make everything better?
I don't even remember what we were waiting for.
The question is, what are we doing on this couch when there's a big, comfortable bed upstairs?
That is a fair question.
Especially since we don't know when Jill and her entourage are arriving.
We could be wasting valuable time.
As pleasant as this is.
Onward and upward. Faith,
What? Dad?
it's happening again.
What?
Feeling, the premonition about Frank.
The flames?
No vision this time. I just have an overwhelming feeling that something terrible is happening to him.
Where is he tonight?
I don't know.
Would you want to see if you can find him? Maybe that would reassure you.
No, I just want to put it out of my mind. I'm sorry. You've got the patience of a saint.
Well, I happen to know you're worth waiting for. Besides which, I love you.
Oh, no. They're home. We blew it.
No. Jill has her own key, so it's probably not her. And whoever it is, I'll get rid of him fast. Your phone has been busy for 20 minutes. Is Little John worse?
Not about little John's patting around. Oh, good find you.
Hi, Dee.
Well, no wonder. Phone is off the hook. What kind of responsibility do you have? You have 2 doctors.
We're out of work, doctors, but what do you want, Dee?
Okay, everyone is over the hospital. I have the responsibility of bringing you to the hospital. Jill wants to see you, and Maeve needs me in the emergency room. And I've been dialing and dialing.
Tell us what's happening.
Something terrible has happened to Frank.
Honey, stay out here. I'll get to you when I can.
How is it?
It's bad.
She's still alive, lady. Otherwise, they wouldn't be rushing like that.
Even so, John.
Last blood pressure, 60/40. Pulse, 105. Respiration, 30. Looks like arterial rupture. Started 5% D&W.
All right, how long has the leg been like this?
It's been that big for a while.
Continue D&W. I want cardiac monitor, start type, and cross-match unit packed cells. Portable X-ray. Notify the OR to get set for emergency surgery. Blood pressure every 5 minutes.
Roger.
We're trying to make your job redundant, Mac.
Maeve has asked. All right, make it fast, please. Beach.
Through this holy anointing, may the Lord, in his love and mercy, help you with the grace of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
I'm looking for a bullet, ruptured artery, possible fractured femur. Okay?
Maeve? What happened?
Charlotte and her family, they wanted to hurt me.
Why?
Old blood feud dating back to the time when I was 14. You've heard that story. I took my cabbages and with a message and saved my father's life.
And how his friends got even with the family that waited in ambush for him.
Red McCurtain, Charlotte's father. He's the one that survived. What he wanted was revenge on the daughter of Michael Cleary.
That was what Charlotte Greer was all about.
They knew that the way to get to me, hurt me, would be to harm Francis. Those people were filled with insane hatred. It's because of me that this has happened to Francis.
It happened because those people are crazy.
Roger would like to see you.
I knew how dangerous this was. I just... No one stops Frank. I'm doing anything he has to do. No one ever has. No one ever will. No. Well, there is a thing Frank has ever given me is he was a sister as well as a friend. And nothing will ever change that. Are you really my sister? Mama's cheekbones. Her eyes, maybe. Oh, Ben's gonna be surprised to find out he's got another sister. Hope if he ever comes home again. You must take after your daddy. I wonder if your daddy really loved Mama. She thinks it was the world's greatest romance. Like she was the only woman he ever loved. I bet he just took advantage of her like every other guy she's ever known. Poor Mama. What am I saying, poor Mama? She's old enough to know better. If he loved her so much, how come he never took the trouble to find out if she was dead or alive? That's what I'd like to know. What if your daddy ever told you about Mama? Probably told you she was dead if he did. You must have seen her birth certificate. You'd be as surprised as Ben to see all this stuff. Letters and pictures. I wonder where you are, what you're doing right now. Probably asleep in some cool room with buckets pillows and flowery sheets. It seems working fine. It does now. Well, I'll have Buddy take a look at it. He can fix it. The way he fixed the refrigerator, the TV antenna, and the toilet, Buddy couldn't change a light bulb without screwing it up. And what would you do, Miss Smarty? Okay, bad choice. But please don't ask Buddy to fix anything. What are you doing with all my things, Dad? You already showed them to me, Mama. I wasn't snooping. I was just looking at them. Well, I just don't want them out there where their own eyes could fall on them. Just put them back where they were. You smell like a brewery. I had 2 beers after work tonight. Does that make me an alcoholic? No. Oh boy, my feet are killing me. Oh, but was it worth it? Great night at the diner. Big tips, too. It's a good thing. You know what tomorrow is? You know, a fella came into the diner tonight from Seattle. Yeah, and, great, look, dressed great, by the way. He had on one of those, shirts like with an emblem, you know, on the pocket. And, he ordered the Salisbury steak. And he told me that he used to work in a diner in Tannersville, Pennsylvania, when he was a boy. And that ever since then, every time I pass the diner, he has to go in there and... What? You know what tomorrow is? Today, in fact, since it's already after midnight. Of course I know. I'm just trying to tell you that he has me a 20% tip. 20% tip on Salisbury steak. Yeah. But that's almost a whole 75 cents. Almost paid for one of your beers. Well, in case you're interested, I didn't pay for my own beers. So don't worry your head about it. Oh, boy. Am I going to sleep tonight? Who pays for your beers? What do you care, as long as I didn't? I guess I don't. As long as Buddy didn't. And Buddy couldn't have because he never pays for anything. He did pay for them, didn't he? Buddy is a loyal and devoted friend. When you get to be a little older, you'll realize that loyal and devoted friends are very hard to come by. So I don't want to hear any more criticism about Randolph Buford DeWitt, who just happens to be from an old Southern family. Who just also happens, by a misfortune, the family lived in Atlanta during the war, and so they lost every penny they had. So they're in. Mama, Atlanta's 3,000 miles away, and the Civil War was 120 years ago. There's no excuse for Buddy being a deadbeat now. How are we ever going to improve if he keeps hanging around losers like that? Buddy is just down on his luck now. I mean, like a lot of other people are. And if you want to improve yourself, you want to start start thinking about having a little compassion for somebody besides just Maggie Shelby. Every time you see Buddy, he takes advantage of you somehow. Usually it's money. What was it tonight? Well, since Buddy is such a sore subject with you, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Mama, you didn't answer my question. What was it tonight? The subject is closed. Oh, no. Not the least money. Mama, where is the least money? I'll have it all for you at the end of the week. It's due tomorrow. We had almost all of it this morning. Well, I mean, what's the difference of a day or two? I mean, what's the difference in days? Lester said it couldn't be 1 hour late this month. Well, he said that for 6 months, and we're still here, aren't we? Just tell me you didn't give it to Buddy. I didn't give it to Buddy. And where is it? I lent it to him. Oh, Mama, how could you? Buddy already owes you a small fortune he's not going to pay back. How can he pay it back when he hasn't even got a car to go job hunting in? I mean, he needs a new battery, an alternator. I just felt I ought to insure my previous investment. But you're not protecting your investment. You're throwing good money after bad. And part of it's mine. I don't work in a factory day after day, so you can have your own private welfare agency. Well, now listen. I'm taking 2 of Sadie's shifts. I'm going to work all day this week. So I'll be making more tips than I've ever made. I'll get it all back before you know it. I give up. I just give up. Oh, listen, honey, we've always come up with the least money before. Oh, sure. We squeeze by. We make it. But how? Look at the life we live. Well, we got a roof over our head, food on the table, clothes on our back. I mean, that's a lot more than some people have. Yes, I know. And maybe I should be grateful. I'm not. I feel like my whole life is makeshift. I'm tired of living like this. There's a whole world out there that I want to be part of. And I just don't see how it's ever going to happen. Oh, honey, I'm sorry you feel so bad. Listen, I tell you what, as soon as we get a little ahead, I'm going to take you to Seattle, and we'll go to that dinner theater you're always talking about. We never get ahead. The minute we do, you give it away to Buddy or some other freeloader who spots you for an easy touch. You've got a big heart for everybody but us. The right man is going to take you away from all of this. Where am I supposed to find the right man around here? Everybody I know is just like us. All right. Maybe the time has come. For what? To go to Jillian. With what? Instead of paying Lester the least money, I'll buy us 2 tickets and we'll go to New York. In the first place, we don't have the least money. Well, then we'll have Buddy take us in his car when he gets it fixed. In the second place, Jillian would die laughing. She took the time before she threw us out. Now that she takes after me, she won't. How could she? She doesn't even know you. Oh, well, she wouldn't turn her back on her own flesh and blood. Oh, sure, I can just see you walking in the front door with Buddy in one arm and 6-pack under the other. Where are you going? To get the least money, except if it's not already spent. Now, wait a minute. I mean, it's not really fair that you should have to do it. I'll go. You can't. I'll just talk you out of it. Not this time. No, I'll get it back. You have to turn it off for a while. I won't be long. Now, you just get some sleep, okay?
We thought you'd all want to hear this from Roger himself. It's very serious, and at this point there's no pretending that it isn't. The bullet ruptured an artery in the upper leg, and he's lost a lot of blood due to internal bleeding. You saw how swollen the leg was. Now, the bone could also be shattered, but we're not sure of that yet. The bullet itself is obscuring the view. We'll know more about that once we get in there and we get the bullet out. We're prepping him for surgery right now. It doesn't sound too complicated. The prognosis is good then, isn't it? Well, we're talking about arterial surgery, Jack. It's usually successful, but it's extremely precise. Done under the microscope, which means that he's got to be under an anesthetic for a long time. Now, if all goes well, if we can replace that blood fast enough and maintain pressure, return some kind of circulation to the lower part of the leg, we shouldn't lose it.
You mean you may have to amputate it, right?
Barring any complications, that shouldn't be necessary.
Wait a minute. What sort of complications?
Infection from the bullets, continued hemorrhaging. Honey, all we have to do, don't worry about that now. We'll just get Frank through surgery, okay? Who's performing the surgery, Roger? I call Stephen Greller.
You'll be there.
I'll be assisting. Best thing that we can do for Frank right now is pray and give him some positive thinking.
Roger, is he conscious?
Well, he may be. He's been in and out of shock.
Do you think that I could see him for a moment?
Could somebody please give me a cool cloth? Thanks.
What about
What about Mick Sweeney?
The father is dead and the mother's in custody. I don't want to talk about them now. I just want to talk about us. You are the love of my life. There never has been, and there never will be anybody as beautiful. And you are going to be fine. And nobody is ever going to come between us ever again. I'm going to see to that.
It sounds good to me.
You know, I waited a long time to be your wife. Too long. So when you come from surgery, you better have a damn good reason why we shouldn't be married. Right here in this hospital. Here and now.
I'll think about it.
You do that.
Okay, I'm sorry. OR's ready. We've got to take him up now.
I'll see you in a little while.
Kath, stay with the IV.
You will.
Careful.
I love you. I love you.
So what's fair? Nothing. Oh, God, not to Mama either. She tries. I know she does. But it's like an extra six-pack, a few laughs with Buddy, and that's enough. Well, it's not enough for me. Funny how things work out, isn't it, Jillian? You got the money and the house and the education. She wasn't even married to your father. Married to mine for 20 years, and I get the Happy Valley trailer camp, a wild brother and Mama handing out every penny we make as fast as we make it. Okay, so that's her problem. Doesn't have to be mine. Why should I hang around here? The hell with it. Only how do I get out? Would you help? I wonder. Maybe. That chance. I got about as much chance of getting to New York as I do to the moon. What would Mama do if I left? She carried on for 3 months after Ben cut out. Damn it, I'm not responsible for her. She's the mother. She's supposed to be taking care of me. Only like she says, everybody should try and take care of everybody else. I think she's made me crazy. I really do. I think she's made my head totally and forever messed up. It's my life, and I'm entitled to whatever I can get out of it. And I don't have to worry about her, or Ben, or Jillian, or anybody. I just have to worry about me. Because if I don't, who else will?
Just won't do. They didn't destroy it.
I'll believe that when I see him walk out again alive. Buddy?
Hi, darling.
My daughter is really upset.
What's Maggie upset about?
Me. Our whole life.
It happened a long time ago. I was very young. Back in Australia. I met, I was under 20, you know, really a kid. I met this American officer, and, well, like I told Maggie, it happened.
Son of a gun, I don't get it. You didn't keep her?
Well, it's a very long story, buddy, and I just don't feel up to telling it all over again right now.
That's the life, huh? That's what Maggie's got in mind?
Well, could be. It's hard to think that this person is related to me. You know, I wonder what she's doing right now. I mean, it must be like breakfast time on the East Coast.
Probably having it served up to her on a silver platter.
Oh, no. No, she's no lady of leisure. She's on the campaign trail. She's probably having her breakfast at the Ritz with a bunch of bigwigs. My kid!
Yeah? Well, don't look now. Here comes your other.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, buddy, how about it?
Well, honey, I just haven't explained or gotten around to everything yet.
Jill, I just want to tell you how sorry I am. I don't know how you could stand to seeing them like that. Frank almost dying. But Patty says he's going to be all right. Faye says that too, and they're doctors, and they know. Thanks. I think I'm going to go take care of Maeve.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll come with you.
I'm going to stick around here. It's been a while yet. Want to go for a walk?
Do you better, honey. Go ahead.
All right. Patrick, if something should happen, you'll,
No, I'm sure it's going to be okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Now, what can you tell me medically you couldn't say before?
I think Roger probably said it all, barring complications.
Like what?
The usual post-surgical risks, infections, rebleeding, but those things can be handled.
Well, what about his leg?
Depends on what they find.
Well, he could lose it.
That could happen, but I don't think it will.
Why not?
Well, this isn't very medical, but because of what I told Jill before, something I never realized until just then. In my vision, Frank wasn't touched by those flames. The McCurtains brought their curse down around their own heads.
I tell you with something to say. Your mother, holding on to Frank, talking to him, but thinking it was over. Neil McCurtain, Red McCurtain, lying there dead in front of them. His mad wife wandering around in the shadows.
And no sign of Charlotte.
Oh, no, Charlotte flew the coop. I wish I could erase that thing from my mind forever.
Don't try. You'll only push it down where it could do worse damage. Just think about it whenever you have to, and after a while, it'll lose its power.
The hatred. The evil festering in him for years. Your mother saw it. You did, too, with that vision.
I guess Frank had to walk through those flames.
I wish I knew why. And there's no point in saying it isn't going to damage all of us.
It'll mend. Where's Siobhan? She knows about this, doesn't she?
Yeah. She and, what's his name?
Bill.
Bill. Are off trying to get some information out of Una. The press is going to have a field day with us unless we can come up with some facts about the drugs and the guns they planted with Frank.
Excuse me, we're supposed to see a Dr. Bernice Wasserman about a patient of hers, Una McCurtain.
She'll be out.
Could you tell her that we're here?
No, this is a high-security ward, and I stay put.
Well, we're police officers, so if you could...
So?
They want to see you. Yes? Dr. Wasserman, we were hoping to visit Mrs. McCurtain. You are her doctor, I believe.
Hers and many others in there. You family?
No, we're not family, but...
Well, it doesn't matter anyway. There are no visitors allowed on this ward. I'm surprised they didn't tell you that downstairs.
Well, actually, they did, but this is an emergency. We're police officers. She was involved in a crime.
Well, so are most of the other people on this ward.
Excuse me, you don't understand. There's a great deal at stake here. She may have some information that could help my brother. Is this a police matter or a personal one?
Well, actually, it's supposed to. We've got a situation.
Mrs. McCurtain shot my brother Frank Ryan, the former senator. Now, he's being operated on right this minute. She and her husband set my brother up to be found with guns and drugs, a frame. And we as police officers need to find the truth.
Well, I'm sorry you can't find it here. There's nothing I can do.
Could you please make an exception?
Miss,
Novak.
Officer Novak.
Officer Novak, my patient is very ill. Now, there's no way for me to gauge how disturbing such an encounter might be on her.
What is wrong with her? Could you be a little more specific? Because if we could prove to the press that they were insane, this
I
whole
can't give you a diagnosis or any other kind of information. My patient has a right to privacy. You can't just walk into a hospital and demand access to confidential records. There's a law.
I am aware of that, but there are mitigating circumstances here.
Look, I'm sorry, but if you'll excuse me, we're very understaffed.
Look, Dr. Wasserman, if we take care of the legalities and then we come back here, when could we hope to see the lady?
When she is well enough, which will probably not be for a very long time.
I don't believe this. I just don't believe this. That woman is in there. She did this to Frank, and she's protected.
Well, it kind of has to be that way.
She's protected by the law, while Frank, a completely innocent party, may be ruined because of this whole scam, and here I am. I'm just completely helpless in this situation. She's the one person who could shed some light on this, and she's in a locked ward.
I know. Hey. Sorry, Siobhan, I really am.
I'm okay. I'm fine. Let's just get out of here.
Not yet, and probably never, Mama. So I'll get around to it for you. Buddy, we need something you've got.
Name it. Shirt off my back?
Our lease money. Mama made you a loan? $68. I imagine you handed in the whole thing.
Holy Toledo, Bess, why didn't you say so? I only asked if you had a little extra on you.
What if you know Mama to have anything extra?
Maggie, would you please cut it out? Buddy didn't know.
Now he does. Can I have it back, please?
Sweetheart, I would if I could.
You spent it?
I owed it. 50 of it had to go back to Earl. He laid it out for me 2 weeks ago. He needed it because Marcy's sick and the prescription cost $19 a throw.
Wonderful. Marcy should feel better while we get evicted.
Easy, Maggie. Let me buy you a beer.
With our money?
On my tab. My credit's good. Ain't it, Billy?
He just made a payment.
I bet. You promised to get our money back, and all you do was sit here and shoot the breeze with this deadbeat.
Margaret Alice, that is about enough. Buddy is not a deadbeat. He's a damn good friend, and he's been there when I needed him, plenty.
Well, I know how he's been there for you, too, Mama.
He has been there when I've needed him. And I've gotten cash from him when I needed it, but he's gotten cash from me when he needed it. And I want to tell you something. He wanted it, and I said, okay, and I would do it again.
Oh, I don't doubt that, Mama. And you never come back here to ask for it back, either. You come here to get a little glow on, so when you got back, our little fiberglass nest can look like the Taj Mahal to you.
Now, hold on a minute, little girl. Your mother was leading into something. First thing she said was my kid's upset. She was just trying to break it easy to me because on account of the fact that I had a bad week. And then we got sidetracked, and the first thing you know, you come running in here all excited.
I'm not excited. I'm mad.
Of course she's mad. But it's not your fault, Buddy. It's mine.
You got that much right, Mama. And here's some more news for you. I'm not sticking around for Lester to put us out on the highway.
Listen, baby girl. Les won't be doing any evicting. I'll talk to him myself.
That'll be a big help. Thanks a lot, Buddy.
Honey, would you just please?
Please what, Mama? Please stick around and help you save the situation?
But we could. I mean, we probably could.
What the hell for? So I can spend my nights in a crummy trailer camp and my days up to my ears in tuna fish? Wind up at your age just like you? I'm not bailing you out this time, Mama. I'm getting
getting out of here.
Hey, Bess, you should have told me.
Fine.
All right.
It's okay, buddy. I mean, listen, it's really okay.
What's the kid gonna do, you think?
I don't know. I told her something about us maybe going to visit her sister in New York.
She couldn't try a thing like that. It costs money.
Yeah, but still, I really gotta find out what's in that mind of hers.
You take care.
Yeah, I will. I really will. Thanks, buddy. I'll see you.
Billy?
Bob says headquarters is the zoo, but he and Doug are managing it.
Sure, they want the facts on Frank and the damn van with the stuff in it.
And how it affects the campaign. I guess no matter how much Frank tried to stay out of it, the public connects Frank Ryan with Jill Coleridge.
That's fine. It's good.
Let's just hope Siobhan and Bill get somewhere with that mad woman.
Whether they do or not, Siobhan would have to try. My sister, the activist. That's her route.
What?
I was just connecting to something Faith was telling me a while back about migrating birds always following the same route from one place to another.
Maybe you ought to try and find a bed somewhere in this place and sack out for a while. You haven't slept at all.
I'm fine,
Have you talked to Cass yet?
Yeah, I got to her just before Frank went into surgery.
She's undoubtedly out making a novena.
Well, it can't hurt, can it?
That's her route.
If Mary was here, she'd be hanging out in the operating room, seeing to it personally that nothing goes wrong.
Defending Frank for doing it his way.
Seems to me you were doing that yourself not too long ago, Pat.
Yeah, because it's getting clearer and clearer to me that it's a waste of time trying to move anybody off of the path that they belong on. Frank is in there right now fighting this thing through the way he would do it, and he's going to come out of it the way he's meant to. Then he'll set out to clear his name and get back on track.
So will we both.
First thing I'm going to do, we find out anything, is make sure the facts are presented straight. Any more confusion, it'll follow you to the polls. Affect the campaign.
Doesn't matter. This is what's important now. Roger?
It's okay. He's alive.
Thank God.
Dr. Greller did brilliant surgery. So did I.
Johnny?
Roger, what about his leg?
There's no bone damage. The bullet missed the bone by a millimeter.
Great.
Is he conscious?
Not yet.
Or when?
In time.
Well, better be soon. Because the next step for both of us is immediate marriage.
You bet it is.
No, Johnny. I mean right now and here, today, in this hospital. I'm going to marry your son. I've waited 8 long years, and I'm not going to wait another minute.
Sweetheart.
Tonight, see what swimsuits can do for some of the world's most fabulous bodies on Eye on Hollywood. Then Muriel and Monroe's motorcycle winds up in a race with a stork on Too Close for Comfort. And a reunion with Reggie's high school pals changes his...
No terrorist. I am. Might be.
Yes, doctor.
In the meantime, just keep an eye on that leg. If any sign of hemorrhage and get a team in here, we could still lose the leg and him.
Can't hear you.
All systems are stable. All vital systems are stable. No change, doctor.
Stable, no. No garage. Fear.
Hi there.
Hi.
Surgery's all over.
Great. Roger.
Right.
I can't feel anything.
Well, that's just as well for now.
But I mean, my leg. What happened?
Basically, you took a 38 slug in the upper thigh.
And now?
Details later.
I don't want to know. My leg.
You still have it, and it's in a bandage, that's all. I'm sorry, Frank. I must be a little tired.
Yeah. Me too.
You sleep. I'll tell the crowd hello for you.
Crowd?
Your family and mine.
Jill?
What do you think?
Bless you, Jack.
Jack, any sign of Maeve and the others? They can't be in the chapel this long.
One bet? He's awake. You can see him for a few minutes.
Oh, thank you. For you. Here.
Thank you.
Well, can you tell us anything? Anything?
Well, he's... Sweet.
How is he?
Well, he came through surgery. They got the bullet.
How's he doing now?
His being awake's a good sign, isn't it, Raj?
Yeah, well, he's conscious on and off. He's not out of the woods yet, but I'm encouraged.
Oh, thank God.
No. Listen, any luck with the McCurtain?
No, they got her on a locked ward. They wouldn't let us near her. And Charlotte seems to have disappeared without a trace.
Leaving chaos in her wake as usual. What do you think of the story?
What story? Unconfirmed reports say that a van at the scene of Ryan's shooting contained a large cache of weapons and drugs. Jillian Coleridge, congressional candidate in tomorrow's special election, went in the ambulance with Ryan to the Riverside Hospital. Oh, that's trash. Jill has a right to ignore that.
Yeah, well, I hope the voters do the same. Next 24 hours, the press can have a field day at Jill's expense.
Well, Jack, she can't lose now.
She's 18-20% ahead of Mnuchin.
Yeah.
Huh? I don't want to borrow trouble. It may end right here. Afternoon papers may not even pick up on it.
Right. That's the spirit. Jill's a winner. Let's hold on to that.
Does she still have her plan in mind?
I figure she's proposing it to Frank right now.
I'll be right back.
Fine, thank you.
It's all over.
You got all your answers.
Then some. Is it true about...
What?
Neil killed Ray?
No. He tried, but she's okay.
I kept dreaming.
Well, don't. Only good dreams now.
No, I was dreaming about you.
About us. Hey, I've got a question for you. Do you think that you might consider going along with a plan of mine?
Anything.
Good. First of all, it involves using this room briefly. And then you'd have to stay awake for a few minutes and say a couple of words. I do. Those are the words. I want to marry you this morning. Can we do that?
It's too bad. Well, I think we should all go to ICU.
I want to see Ray.
Why? She brought Charlotte and her family here and then paid everything to have him hurt. That's not helping
I
now.
can't have that woman look at this bloody dress. Look, Davy, you're perfectly free to go to ICU. Why don't you do that?
But you even lit a candle for her, didn't you?
Yes, I said a few prayers. You know, if the spirit of charity has not lasted since chapel, could I remind you that Ray Woodard, no matter what else she did warneth and saved Francis's life in the doing of that. Now, I can never repay that debt.
You can sleep. I'll wait. You're not going to get out of it that easy.
Married.
Good. Right where we left off. Do you remember when you were going up to OR? I said that I wanted to marry you this morning. No more delays.
Jill. Does this mean I'm going to die?
Now listen, you. I spent a couple of terrifying hours in that garage last night. You don't remember, because you were busy, bleeding to death. And that's when you almost died. Then, and in that ambulance. And I know you don't remember the ambulance, because you were out cold, in shock, with your leg all swollen up like that.
I get the picture.
And we were tearing up 10th Avenue, 90 miles an hour. And I was hanging on to you. Same hand. Only it was cold. So cold. And I thought to myself, why did we wait all these years to get married? All the time that we wasted. You are the only man that I have ever wanted. And you're the only man that I love. That siren, it was just screaming. And I was screaming at me, and I thought, do it. Fix it. Once and for all, for better or worse. And that's what I'm going to do. And don't you dare try to stop me. And not one single, solitary word about dying. You get that? You got it?
Let's us have the fastest wedding in history.
Now you're talking, Ryan.
Sorry. Time's up.
I'm going. When everybody's all set, I'll wake you up. I love you. If you hear bells ringing, they're wedding bells.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Getting some feeling back, huh?
Yeah.
Pain?
Yeah.
Demerol.
50 IM. Jill, that is wonderful.
When? When? Well, how about in a half hour?
Oh, sweetheart. That's
Yeah.
terrific.
Thanks, Johnny.
Jill is crying?
Oh, did you guys bring rice? Get the wedding's on.
Is Frank conscious?
Well, it seems that he is.
Well, does he know what he's doing? I mean, Jackie just got out of major surgery and general anesthesia.
How was chapel, Dee?
Look, don't change...
My turn!
Oh. Jack, you and Patty have to stand up for Frank, Siobhan and Faith for me, and somebody has to get in touch with Father McShane.
I'll do it.
And bring flowers. Any kind.
What about blood tests and all that?
Later. I figure once we're married in the eyes of God, then we'll fix it with the law.
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I think this is very serious trouble.
I think this is great. Leave it be, Dee.
You know, some people take advantage of a sick person. And at least I'm able to act like a mature, responsible
Delia, you're behaving like a little baby.
Is Daddy back yet?
No, not yet. Go back to sleep.
Okay.
Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
what time is it?
6 in the morning.
Oh, that's too early. Are you sure you don't want to go back to sleep, honey?
I can't sleep. Can you be a mountain for me?
What?
A mountain.
Okay, how about a sleeping mountain?
Okay, put your knees up.
Okay, put your knees. Oh,
You're supposed to hold them up.
I don't think I want to be a mountain. Why don't you come in here? Get into bed next to me. It's a little early for me.
The sun's up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little mosquito in my room going, and I tried to chase it away from my ears, but it kept coming back.
I don't think you want me to go back to sleep.
No thanks. I'd rather have a story.
Don't you get stories at bedtime, though?
Daddy gives me stories in the morning.
This was not how I had intended to start my day. I figured I'd sleep till 8, doze till 8:30, and then if I felt human, I would ring for breakfast and read the morning paper and the stories. And
See, you like stories in the morning, too.
well, my plea for compassion isn't working. How about bribery? Ryan, if I tell you one story, will you let me go back to sleep?
Okay. But a real one. Not a short one.
Okay, a real story. Come on, snuggle in next to me. All right. And let me think back to the days of my innocent childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you should feel sleepy, it won't offend me. It really won't. I want you to understand that.
I understand.
Okay. Well, once upon a time, there were 3 bears.
Goody, Goldilocks.
You want me to stop?
I love Goldilocks, especially the part about the baby bear and the porridge.
Great. Great. Once upon a time, there were 3 bears, and they lived in a cottage by the edge of the woods. And there was a papa bear, and a mama bear, and a baby bear. Papa bear was in the market. That's a grown-up joke. Not so good, huh?
Go on anyway.
Anyway, they lived by the edge of the forest. And each one had a bowl for porridge. The Papa Bear had a great big bowl, and Mama Bear
had a medium-sized bowl, and little baby bear had a little bitty baby bowl. And they each had their own chairs, too. And Papa Bear had a great big bowl.
Lee, I'm thirsty.
Don't you look wonderful?
She means comparatively speaking. Ah, and you do.
You saved my life.